From the GOP Doctors Caucus, Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter joins us live to weigh in. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I mean, there are a number of businesses that are slated to open tomorrow in Georgia. That includes bowling alleys, that includes gyms and fitness centers, different hair salons, nail salons, tattoo parlors. Do you think this is necessary to do all of that at once this early?
Well, certainly it's the governor's decision. It was not my decision, but at the same time, I suspect the governor, who I know well, that he made that decision based on information available to him, based on advice that he was getting from his consultants, and he felt like it was time to move forward. Look, the key here is not how rapidly or how slowly we get back into the economy, but if we do indeed continue to follow the advice of the task force, that is washing our hands, practicing social distancing. This is going to take a combination of technology and of intuitiveness, and that is we've got to have robust testing. We got to make sure we're continuing that. We've also got to be smart about it. We've got to follow the advice of the task force. We've got to make sure we are practicing social distancing, make sure that we are washing our hands, coughing in our arms. All of those things remain things that we have to do.
Yeah.
With some of those, you can't social distance, though. I'll just throw that out there, just to play devil's advocate, Rob.
Yeah. And let's go. Sure. And yeah, that's true. And here's a tweet from the governor, and here's his side of it. Our next measured step is driven by data and guided by state public health officials. So he said he's being guided by health officials here. I am confident the business owners who decide to reopen will prioritize the health and well-being of employees and customers. You know, Atlanta is a really big city, sir. I don't have to tell you that. It's a very congested, very busy, populated city. If this thing spikes the numbers back up, do you think the governor is ready to pull back immediately?
Well, I suspect he will do the right thing, but the key is, remember, Georgia is a very diverse state. We always say there are two Georgias, there's Atlanta and everywhere else. Well, Atlanta is a different scenario than Jessup, Georgia. You know, what's good in Jessup may not necessarily be good in Atlanta.
But he's doing this for the whole state, though, right?
Well, he is, but but what I hope is that initially, as he did, he followed the advice of local officials. He let them make a lot of the decisions. Now, I was a mayor at one time. I knew what was going on in my town more so than anybody in Atlanta knew what was going on. So that's why it's important that the decisions made at the local level are the ones that are going to be respected.
And look, sir, to be, perfectly fair, nobody's arguing that people don't need to get back to work at this point because everybody in this country does. Yeah. It's just you need to be able to social distance and do those things that we are told, the guidelines that are still instilled throughout the country and in different states. Let's go ahead and take a look at the minimum basic operations for businesses opening in Georgia. And you'll see here that includes screening workers for fever and respiratory illnesses, enhancing workplace sanitation, wearing masks and gloves, separating workspaces by 6 feet, teleworking where possible, and staggering shifts. What do you think of that list?
Well, I think that's great. I mean, look, if we follow those guidelines, that's going to help us. Obviously, the physical health of our citizens is paramount, but the economic health of our government is very important as well. The economy is important, and we need to get back. But the way that we do it, again, whether we do it rapidly or whether we do it slowly, if we do it smartly, then we'll be okay. That's the key.
Yeah, we're going to follow it. We're going to watch what happens. Sir, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.